Alright, before I start this, I just want to say things about the RJ thing. Well, this is a dual commentary of sorts, but, well, not really, but there will be a full video on explaining my views on the RJ situation. I don't know, probably tomorrow or something. I don't know when I'm recording. It might be tonight. I might upload both of these, but I might do two videos and upload them both, but, you know, if y'all could understand my views on, if y'all could understand my problems with this, then you wouldn't be so quick to get pissed off at me because I'm not sharing the same fucking views you are. It kind of pisses me off that I'm getting judged so quickly when y'all don't even have the full grasp of the situation. If you knew me, you would have it. You would have it, but, you know, whatever. I'll make a video about that in a minute. I'm not. This is a different commentary altogether. But commentary I want to do tonight is a commentary about this video that's gone viral of these kids bullying a bus monitor. Now, I haven't seen the video, but I don't need to see it to know what to expect. Apparently, these kids were on a school bus or whatever, and they were trying to bully a female bus monitor who seemed like she was a little bit up in age, and therefore, you know, and they actually made her cry, according to what I saw in the title of the video I was linked to. This kind of thing makes me wonder. It makes me really tells me that our fucking generation is so screwed. Like, that our generation is this fucked up, where we have these kids in this generation doing this shit. I mean, you want to point out why our country is laughed at, and you want to point out, like, you want to put a blame on why our country is laughed at? It's this shit. It's this shit right here. I mean, seriously, this is unacceptable. These kids, now, according to what I've read, these kids are going to have disciplinary charges pushed on them, which is good. Fucking charge these kids by all means. Do what you want. Like, don't charge them with, you know, absurd charges that don't belong there, but charge these kids. Make them learn something. Put them in the juvenile detention center. Put them in juvie. Do something. Send a message to future people who want to try and do this that you're not going to tolerate it. This is unacceptable. The fact that these kids went out of their way to mess with somebody who probably couldn't afford to have someone mess with them, that's just stupid. This is why our generation is fucked, and this is why our country is laughed at by the rest of the world, and why our country is hated. Because our president's driving us into the ground, our economy is going up like crazy, and not only that, but the president candidate that's going up against him isn't going to help things either. And now you've got kids doing this shit. The shit that's going on right now is just ridiculous. I mean, seriously, it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. I mean, I don't care what drove these kids to this. This is unacceptable. If something that the adult did drove them to this, it's still unacceptable. You can't just take your anger out on somebody by trying to make them miserable. That's not how you do things. You want to take your anger out on something, write it on a piece of paper, and fucking then ball it up and throw it away. Or do what I do and just record a video and then delete it. Like, saying your frustrations of what this person did. Or, you know, whatever. I mean, how low do you have to be to do that? How low do you have to be to do that? That's just not even fair. I mean, that's just, well, it's not fair. It's just, that's just, wow. That's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's just not even right. That these kids, I don't care how old they are. I don't care how old they are. I don't care, you know, what background they have. I don't care if they got bullied as a kid. It's unacceptable that they did this. You can't just take your anger out on somebody and think it's okay because you had a troubled past. You can't do that and expect it to fly. That's why these kids are having criminal charges pressed on them or not criminal charges, disciplinary charges pressed on them from what I'm hearing. Put these kids in juvie where they belong, and that'll show the rest of their group and the rest of all their friends and all that, and the rest of that area that's their age, to not mess with somebody and expect to get away with it. Set a standard, make an example out of people. If you let these kids get off with what they're doing, then they can get away with it. They think they can get away with anything, and they're going to try and get away with statutory rape, or not really, actually that's probably the wrong charge, but they're probably going to think they're going to get away with robbery, they're going to get away with murder, they're going to get away with whatever. You give them if you don't teach these kids that this sort of thing is wrong, they'll step it up a gear. They'll step it up and do something else later in life. Whether it be stealing from a convenience store, or whether it be stealing from a bank, or whatever. Whatever the case is. If you don't set an example, if you don't set a precedent for them, if you don't say, okay, you did this, therefore we're putting you in juvie just so you know that you don't do this again, then they're going to think that they can get away with anything, and that they can pull whatever they want to this, they can do whatever they want to this teacher or to this bus monitor and get away with it because the government, or because the council, the student council, whatever, not student council, the school board won't do anything because they're too soft. They see that they're too soft, they won't do anything, so therefore they're going to get away with whatever they want in the school. No, that's not how it works. I'm glad that whoever's doing it, whoever's behind filing the charges or whatever, is doing it. Because, now for all I know, it may be the woman herself, but I haven't looked completely into this. This is completely without a script. But set a precedent. When it comes to anything, set an example. Make someone an example. Don't be the example. Make someone the example. Don't be about it, do it. Or don't talk about it, do it. Like, don't just say, oh, we're thinking about pressing charges on these kids. Do it. Now, I'm not saying press felony charges on these. No. That's way too far even for this case. But send them a message saying, we aren't going to take your shit. You're going to juvie so you can think about it. All of you in this thing, you are going to juvie. And we're not letting you bully anybody else in juvie, so we're sending you to separate places in the juvie. If that's even possible. I'm not sure if it's even possible, but, if it is, do it. Send a message. That's what I'm trying to say. Send a message that you're not going to take it. Pow, you ain't going to take it. I screwed that up badly, but whatever. So that's it. Stay tuned for the second video tonight. Later.